we've seen since Fryer was added to that Infused lineup, he's been playing his heart out. We've seen him top frag, I'd say every match we saw them play since he was added into the roster, I'm pretty sure.
Exactly that, but obviously starting in for him will be Trials. Again, another player similar to Eccles as well.
Yeah.
Inexperienced, here to get some stage experience in himself. Red Snake there, the RGLN captain will be starting on that CT side. Kit and smoke grenade for him. Interesting to see if Infused will stack towards B unless they're going to play it more default, that 2-1-2 setup. Already though, Eccles is the long spawn, going to be peeking up towards A long, maybe even mid from Matrix. Actually will be taking that safer choice, but already Infused are fast.
Oh, Eccles gets a lot of information, but he actually takes 10 damage as well. He's going to be able to fall back, but he needs to relay this to his teammates quickly. They're just going to try and overwhelm, charging him with those Glocks. The speed they have is going to be very good. Actually, might be backtracking off. They're playing a bit of the mind games here.
Don't know if I like this though. You can see no one's really rotated from that B site. Red Snake now towards drop, has no armor. If the T's go back towards drop, exploit the fact he has no armor, they could be winning the round just based off of that.
Just turn him, didn't they, around the world, but Eccles now he's in the backline. If they're not ready for this, this could be their downfall. Eccles kicks it off fantastically, gets the execution, the second frag as well. Eccles stays alive for way too long. 2 frags on the board. That is a huge opener.
Confident as well to go for that information play. Comes in behind 2 of those EnVyUs players, and now with the 1-man lead, it's going to be the CT side with 1 minute left. Bomb the remaining T players towards A long. Going to be seeing if they can find a frag. Has the P2000 one-shot headshot. Peeks out, doesn't really spot too much though.
Taji leading the charge here. He's going to be the one you want to witness. Definitely a damage dealer. But the fact is, Trials is in a prime time position to go huge. He peeks out, says hello as he shuts down VKL. Hungry for more as well, hoping they're going to try and contest this. Haji will be able to do some damage. Hungry for a second frag here as he just bites away. But all of a sudden, EnVyUs recover the situation massively. But here comes Mick. Finds 1 frag, but it's not quite enough. That round went from Infused locking it down to instantly EnVyUs.
How is that even possible? I mean, he had the 2-man lead. From there, Red Snake pushing that smoke towards Connector. I mean, giving away his life for nothing. Completely pointless there. Had the kit as well. Unfortunately for him, though, did die. So already right now for the T's, going to be the 1-0 in favor of them. What's interesting as well is the fact that you have Eccles and Trials playing on that A site, right? Both of the inexperienced players playing on that harder site, a site where experience is so important. A lot of the time, it's not really setups. It's more just playing off of feel and playing off of cohesion and chemistry. But you plug it in your substitute just to play there instantly. I mean, unless they've gone over some predetermined stuff, it would be very hard for them to hold that onto the buy rounds.
Oh, we've seen this used an awful lot by Infused as well. Very common setup they like to go for here with the crossfires. But the thing is, the T's are just going to negate that. They're going to walk completely around it, make their way into the site, and now just condense onto the CTs. VKL gets the opening frag, shuts down Trials with the UMP as well. So they're getting a lot of money off the back of this. Haji's going to do some damage. There comes Jax into the effect, and it just leaves 1 man left standing, the in-game leader, but now he's having a bit of a sleep on the floor.
He does indeed. So EnVyUs Academy are picking them up as well. 2-0 for them. Fairly clean as well. Was the force buy, of course, from Infused. So now on the eco, trying to stack up as much cash as possible. You can see as well, no one right now has enough money for the AWP into the next round. We'll be seeing no AWP for the CT side of Infused. And Cobblestone's a map where the AWP is so important, especially on your CT side. I mean, typically right now in the meta, you'd have AWP play towards Connector. He's fast rotate towards B. If there is an execute towards that B site, he's there towards Rock, holding those long-range angles towards stairs and whatnot. So not having the AWP here currently could be detrimental to their CT side.
What could be detrimental as well is the fact Lambert's just able to drop his way down, rip his way through them with the MP7. His teammates are just finding frags left, right, and center as well, but Eccles actually finds that P250 frag. I mean, that is absolutely brutal, being able to connect that headshot there, leaving it just on him. He scavenged the MP7. He's going to just be holding the angles, waiting for them to push into him. Even if he just gets a couple of kills with this weapon, that's the best case scenario.
$600 per kill here with the MP7 in hand. $600, that'll grant them an extra Molotov. Molotov being so important as well. I mean, stopping the B rush. We've already seen a fast execute and a fast rush from EnVyUs towards that mid position. Eccles going to be needing those Molotovs in hand when push comes to shove. Still though, decent round there for Team EnVyUs. Only losing 2 players, 3 players staying alive, which means obviously for them going to be building up that bank slowly but surely. Not really too much you can do with the MP7 to the next round. I mean, even if you save it, what can you really do? Doesn't have armor as well, so there's really no point in him saving this one. Going to be interesting to see if X does keep it though, and if he does, who would be wielding it? Maybe Red Snake towards drop. I mean, if they want to keep their economy as good as possible.
You see Neelem there as well, trying to get a little bit of hype behind the team, obviously going for the fist bump, just trying to rally him up. He is one of the critical factors as well, quite a hype man, wants to get the team lively.
Yeah, trying to build up the momentum in the team, get people talking as well, trying to start communication. I mean, sometimes when you're losing rounds, things get a little bit flat. Just trying to fire people up and get them coming. We've seen some fairly bad communication already today from players, so Eccles though, getting nice and aggressive. Flashes out, going for a fast peek here.
Oh, Eccles running a bit of a risk. Nice tag, and he actually plays it smart. Seems like he's just going to back off, go for the smoke play.
Surprised to see so much confidence in such an inexperienced player as well. Smart play there from him. That could have been a call from one of his teammates as well, just to push along, show some aggression, show that on stage, on land, you're not afraid of these Europeans.
Yeah, really good smart play coming out from Eccles. Actually impressing me right now in terms of his performance.
Yeah, and actually Red Snake will be taking the mantle of the A site. As mentioned before in the preface, it will be Eccles and Red Snake. Boost comes in, trying to see if they can spot anything to do with the CT defense. Trying to find an entry here, see if anyone's playing up with that top CT wall. Trying to land a headshot and get the first frag. Already a 5 versus 5 stalemate with 1 minute left into the round. Smoke will go to the top of long. Take control of A long here, and this is the point where they will have control of the map, of the A long position, and from there you can throw your execute on towards A, you can fake it as well. Eccles holding quite a nice angle here towards cannons. And as well, Red Snake there towards APC. The problem is though with this setup, you can see Red Snake's forced to have to watch mid and watch A long, but that could play into their hands. He might be trying to bait Eccles here.
That's the thing, these crossfires that the T's are just holding as well. If they push into that, if Infused try and go for any information, they're going to get dispatched fairly quickly. Now they're going to invest with that utility, attempt to go for this. They only have 30 seconds left to play with, so you know it's going to be a full commit. They can rotate quick, but let's see if they can hold them back. Eccles finishes off Lambert, they weaken in the beginning of the round. Jackson, VKL though, they're just the assassins right now, clearing out the site, getting all the vermin out of there and taking it over.
3 versus 4 now. Get onto Trials, just 3 HEs. They could try and, you know, more to strike onto that A site. Fortunate for them, though. Actually, this might be a boost here from Team EnVyUs.
I think as you can see, the CT actually have made the call to save as well. They want to just try hold on to those weapons. No, this 3 versus 4 retake isn't likely for them. They just want to back off, hold on to that. If things get a little bit over-exaggerated here, extend quite far, potentially a bit Rambo, it could come back to haunt.
I mean, notoriously as well, that A site on Cobblestone is so hard to retake. Under balcony, towards wood. Top and mid. I mean, so many headshot angles the T's can have. There's so much ground that you have to retake and cover once you are going for that retake on the CT side. So just going to cut their losses now and allow EnVyUs to get to 4 rounds. I mean, 650 there onto Eccles. You've lost 4 rounds in a row. They're super on top K, so he should be able to buy up into this one. They'll be able to drop over some rifles as well. We should be seeing a fairly strong buy here for the side of Infused. Then again, though, right, if they buy up into this one and lose it, again, I mean, I've already mentioned before, potentially weakness on that A site. We saw it before we were casting Infused. We need to see Red Snake and Eccles really step up and not allow EnVyUs just to roll over them and take control of that site.
Confidence is such a major factor in this. I mean, Counter-Strike is confidence. Without confidence, you've already lost.
Yeah, I mean, just Eccles pushing out long, that's a good sign for me. So, all the smoke goes out towards platform. Just trying to deny as much information as possible. MCK now boosted up towards tree as well. So, position like this so early on into the game might be able to catch a player off guard, try and find 1 or 2 frags there, but luckily for him, they're just doing a slow default right now. They're trying to see if Eccles or another one of these CT players will go for some aggression. You can see already the SMG buy onto him. 4 sets of kits though, decent utility. I mean, we've got 3 Molotovs there. And on that T side, you can see as the clock goes down, slowly the utilities bled out from the Ts, and eventually they are going to be forced into one of these sites. 2 players towards A long. Going to be smoking off the top of A long there. And from here, they can close off as many angles as possible, take control of A long. They can even fake it too. Once they've already shown their execute. They've executed towards A before. They won the round that way. Maybe Lambert's going to make the call to do the exact same again and then fake it.
Yeah, very possible. Right now, you can see once again they're playing the very slow game factor here.
What's interesting as well is Trials now playing towards A. Red Snake's been demoted towards drop, so already a shift in the ranks as Team Infused are changing up their game plan and their playstyle, shifting in the substitute and the newly formed teammate Eccles onto that hard A site. So, luckily for them though, it's going to be up to Aaron and MCK, potentially the 2 stars for this Team Infused lineup coming in towards B. 5 players in the bomb, no one's going towards drop.
And this is the thing, you know it's the full commit as well. There's no time left to play with. Mick in the elevated angle up by Tree is going to rain down a Hellfire of bullets. Finds opening frag. Aaron does damage as well, but unfortunately him and Red Snake have been taken down. It relies quite heavily on Mick here. Just needs to try and delay, but he does fall. And it all comes down to 1 man and Eccles as they will get the plant in the last second. Hadji's on 2 HP. It would only take 1 round to take it. Nobody has the angle covered, and you can't get past Hadji.
That's huge. Force Spy comes in for the CT side and they lose it. Money's going to be so low on their side. Already now EnVyUs on 5 rounds. CT's forced into an eco here as well. 5-0. The eco coming out for Infused. I mean, they are going for the quasi buy. You can see 4 sets of armor. Trials saving up as well. Only got 3,000. So going to be seeing a very strong buy into the next round. Potentially AWPs, 4 sets of utility, and Kevlar. See Red Snake and MCK. They have the HEs to try and bombard that B platform in case EnVyUs do to lend themselves towards that side of the map.
This is the thing I was going to say as well, actually. Infused in these rounds where they have the deagles in hand, they can still be very volatile. This is where they play a lot more aggressive, that shock and awe style. It's
Exactly.
catch them off guard.
Skill is not what this team lacks, right? It's cohesion, it's structure. MCK potentially is the best pistol aim in the UK. Echo's highly skilled. Aaron as well. I mean, 6 months ago, 8 months ago, considered the best player in the UK. So you put a deagle in his hands, and magic can happen.
He's going to peel back those scalps left, right, and center snods. But EnVyUs still sticking to the structure there, playing it slow and smart as they just hold out. But once again, it seems like B is going to be the area they're hitting. Mick in a prime time position to do damage. If they don't clear this and actually walk out onto the site, these deagle frags could be huge. Tries to play it clever, and he will be able to get the opening frag. Hungry for more as he just jiggle peeks, but Haji takes him down. Everyone just goes huge on the side of EnVyUs at that point, tears their way through. Eccles the last man left standing, but he's miles out of position towards A.
Once again, it's Adam Eccles in the 1 versus X. You can see already. Ball goes down, James there. Give them a little chat, maybe a little bit of a prep talk. It's all right, lads, we'll get them next time. Next buy round, we'll have everything we need. AWPs, utility, molotovs, counter flashbangs. But right now for the side of Team EnVyUs, I mean, they're just playing it by the book. I mean, you win pistol, okay. Go into the first buy round, you play it slow. You play a slow default, you wait for any pushes, you catch Eccles off guard, and then from there, they go for the default, they take control of the map. I mean, this is very slow, steady existence type style calling right now coming from Lambert. And being the AWPer as well, I mean, once the AWP comes into play for this T side, I mean, right now they don't really need it, but seeing if that AWP will be, you know, making it easier for them to take control of the map. I mean, if you have the AWP in your IGL's hands, you don't really need to be smoking the top of long. You can just face it, peek it, see there's no one there, and that way you take control even easier.
This is the thing. This is where they need to try and get back into it. They just need to reset themselves, come in with a level head. They finally got the AWP out because they have the economy to work with. You can see Neil behind trying to rally him up. This is the round Infused need to start making a change.
Exactly that. If they lose this one, allow Team EnVyUs to get to 7-0. At that point, they'll be on another forced buy, another quasi-buy, and already EnVyUs are looking like they're going to be winning the half. So VKL going to be the B player just doing some information, and oh my goodness, MCK loses that duel there to VKL. Already 15 seconds into the round, Jack, with a one-man advantage. Red Snake trying to equalize the numbers, bringing out the AWP.
That's such a shame as well. Really smart play from Mick, changing up the tempo. You go for that aggressive play. He's in a good position. You would have thought he would have had that frag in the bag at that point. VKL, though, just pulls it out somehow.
He does indeed. So, one-man advantage, 1 minute 10 on the clock. Bomb going, well, not really going at the moment, but it's situated outside that A bomb site. Eccles, and now Aaron, so someone else this time.
Yeah.
We've had Trials, we've had Red Snake here, but third time lucky, who knows. Aaron now brought towards his A site. Eccles towards Wood as well, and Aaron playing towards that APC. So good setup here. Problem is that the other man disadvantage. If they lose this site, the round is instantly over.
I'm going to go for this cheeky little boost that they love to whip out. Just sniffing around, see if they can spot out any CTs.
But you can see their playstyle, right? Very, very slow. Very, very methodical as well. They clear everything. They don't allow anything to catch them off guard. Infused couldn't really stack anywhere. They couldn't trying to play off the cuffs. Just playing this default style, but right now Trials trying to see if he can get a first round for Infused.
Eccles, though, he needs to be the difference maker. Oh, round Eccles with a beautiful shot, but it's not going to be enough. Jackson Payscale instantly get 2 of those frags back in the favor of Team EnVyUs out of nowhere. Red Snake's the last man left standing. Of course, he's out of position, and Jamie just needs to save. If Red Snake holds onto the AWP, at least they have something to play with, but that's going to be the best bet.
EnVyUs already getting to 7. Red Snake will be saving this one, but the problem is right now, you're 7-0 down on the CT side. They're going to be going for the quasi-buy, but the problem is the way that EnVyUs style their play is they play very slow. They're going to be molotoving out these positions, right?
Yeah.
We see how close-netted and their spacing as well. They're so close together. Even though MCK found that one deagle frag, Haji was right behind VKL just to trade it instantly. They're playing very, very methodically, but they're doing it very, very smart as well. The team play is so strong for such a fresh lineup.
And that's the thing as well, right, with EnVyUs Academy right now, bringing up Haji, 11-1. The first round he's actually perished in. And the thing is, his entries have been unreal, incredibly crisp. Some of the frags he's been pulling off are just ridiculous.
They are indeed. So, if you're Infused right now, I mean, this is a hard call to make. You've lost that B-bomb site. You've lost the A site multiple times. I mean, bring out an AWP into play. I mean, what would I do? I'm just trying to think right now. I mean, they're smoking off A long, so you can't really have too much of an impact there. You can't really go for the early aggression because they're holding the default. Maybe try and play an aggressive angle towards A long. Towards Wood, we see Alu, Device holding that angle where there's that pixel gap towards A long. That could be a way to finally get an entry frag because the flashes are coming in, the execute's happening. But if you're in front of those flashbangs, you wouldn't get blind. You might be able to find a way to get some frags for the Infused side.
You can see here actually as well, Infused going to go for that tactical timeout, break things down, as you said. They need to try and adjust. Obviously, they have the cash to play with once again. They can invest into this round. They've got the AWP out. They're in a good situation in terms of actual team structure and what they have to play with, but how do they play this?
I mean, the thing as well to mention real quick is, how many other coaches are this passionate?
Yeah.
You can see the passion in his voice, like, come on, lads. We're down 7. We're the underdogs here. Exactly, right? I mean, it's so good to try and pump up the younger players, your Trials, your Echoes, trying to get them feeling riled up and see if they can play with that aggression and that confidence that they're going to be needing.
And we saw those tempo plays actually do work. Mick definitely should have had that opening frag into that prior round.
Sure.
When he went for that tempo play, it caught them off guard. They weren't ready for it. EnVyUs feel like right now they've got Infused trapped in a box. They don't want to overextend. They're just stuck in there. But if they can try and break out the box, try and do a little bit more damage, it could be good.
So, AWP in Red Snake's hand again. Wow, it's going to be another buy actually coming out.
Full investment.
So, didn't actually anticipate the money. The fact that Red Snake saved the AWP, you can see that's a drop gun there to Echoes, allowing them to have full utility. Jax with the M4. Apart from that, it's 4 AKs on the T side right now. Currently 7-0 in the lead. All 5 players right now for the T side heading all towards this B site. The AWP is here, so for Red Snake, he needs to land this first kill.
This is going to be so vital. Red Snake can be a little bit of a monster at times if he gets the energy behind him, and we need to see that. It has to come through individually. Can he perform right now? Season going out, Red Snake gets the opener as he strikes with such prowess, hungry for more, but it's Aaron and Trials doing the damage as they tear their way through everyone's heads that dare to defy them as they want to enter the site, and it's all left on Lambert.
Not like this.
Popping heads though, firing back, takes down Aaron, and look how low some of these players are as well. Trials and Red Snake are essentially at half-life at this point. They're almost dead. They could be removed in a matter of seconds. Lambert just tiptoeing around as well, trying to play the mind games.
Infused will have $1,400 win bonus right now. Every single frag that Lambert can find here is so crucial. If he finds the kill onto Red Snake, doesn't allow the AWP to be saved. Trials on 1 HP. He has 2 frags already into the round. Might need the 3rd, though, if they're going to take this one.
Red Snake slowly edging out, but he has the angle cover. The headshot comes out as he shuts down Red Snake. It's only going to take 1 more frag to really put their economy into dismay as he finds it. Trials gets eliminated, and it's all on Eccles. The young man himself, he tries to take the fight, and Eccles pulls it out of the bag. So close, yet so far for EnVyUs, but luckily enough, Infused get the energy they need.
Only 1 player staying alive, though. $3,500 is all they're going to have for the Infused side. I mean, what? SMG, full utility. They've been struggling on the full buy rounds, let alone the fact that they're going to be on SMGs. Oh, look at this buy. No AWP. We saw the impact Red Snake had with that one. Trials had the 2K in the previous round, the 2 fundamental frags now put onto the SMG. MCK as well, so strong with a rifle, put down onto the SMG.
Actually go for the AWP on the T side of EnVyUs as well, getting that over on Lambert. This is going to affect their playstyle. They can try and go for those more aggressive picks now if they want to.
Potentially. Lambert, the IGL, and AWP currently taking that AWP towards A long. I did say, if you have the AWP in hand, taking control of the map can be a lot easier.
Yeah.
So, smoke comes off towards A long again. You can see already Echoes just fleeting away. Doesn't want none of that. Trials gets flashed in, but no one's blind. That's going to be the first frag already going in favor of Team EnVyUs. And this time, Trials was on 1 HP last time, but this time it's Jax on 3. Lot going in Team EnVyUs' favor this time.
Yeah, they are low, and it seems like they are resituating over towards that B bomb site. They want to try and push their way out. It depends on positional play here. If Infused can actually find these frags, Aaron does damage as well. Aaron getting that opening kill back on towards Ajay puts them in a pretty good position. Look at the health of Jack still. He's very low. They're sure left in a 4 versus 4 that does favor the T's, but as soon as another player falls, this is going to be easy to start to clean up, but it depends on Petty Skull. He's in a good position, playing around the smoke. He is just going to try and back his way out. Play this smart.
See Echoes so close towards mid as well. He's going to be peeking out towards mid, pushing A. They know exactly what's happening right now. Mick only gets 1, though.
He's going to find the first frag, flashbang over, because they still have that utility to play with. Pops, they need to try and peek and do damage, and they will find the kill back on towards Red Snake. The Famous reigns supreme, though. Aaron, if he would have been able to flick back, Jack's only on 3 HP, could have locked it down, but it wasn't meant to be. And the money reset as well coming into effect now.
Here we go. Infused now on $1,400. Forced to use all of it. So 1.5k, 1.4k as well on Trials and Red Snake, 1,700 on Aaron. I mean, do you go for the double eco, allow EnVyUs to get to 10, play for that 11-4, 10-5 scoreline, try and win that T-pistol, and roll them on your T side. Try and break the bank like they've just done to you. It's a hard call to make, but Echoes there, Kevlar PT50. Apart from that, it's going to be the full eco on the CT side. Again, another slow default from Team EnVyUs, and this slow default style's really been exploiting the mix, the unprepared potentially style that Infused have right now. Picking apart each player round by round, second by second. One thing that is positive though from Infused, the fact that they are flashing for each other. They're taking control of the map together. Jax though pushed in, and actually Eccles is behind him.
This could be very cheeky. Eccles plays it smart, says Peekaboo as he finds a frag, takes him down, upgrades to the Kalashnikov as well.
Does indeed, but has the armor actually, so potentially could be something absolutely audacious. Mick though, so good with the Deagle towards.
Mighty Mick in these situations, you can be absolutely dastardly with a weapon, as they are going to try and push straight into him. Can he shut him down? Unfortunately not today. He will get eliminated. Red Snake also going to get removed, as they're all just getting absolutely obliterated on these entries. But Eccles with a scavenged AK goes huge. A massive 2K to open the round. Trials in the backline as well. Trying to do some damage with the USB. He actually shuts down Lambert, leaving it all on Hadje. The man's been playing out of his mind, an artist with the AK. If he can find these frags here and pick this up for EnVyUs, it would be ludicrous. Goes for the pre-fire, but they're able to get out of there. Somehow doesn't pick up the frag.
Trials right now has to maybe regroup with Aaron. Go back towards B-Plat, go down drop. Try and play together, try and trade each other. If Aaron can give the AK over to Trials and then go in first and try and trade that frag, they have a chance. But the problem is, Trials is too scared to even make the noise right now, let alone go for that kill. 9 seconds left though, they're going to be forcing this one.
They're going to try and play together. I mean, they have to peek at the same time. Essentially, get an early tag onto him. He's going to try to peek with the AK. As long as they don't give him those 1v1 opportunities, surely they should be able to come out on top in this. But he pops ahead of Aaron, and he knows that the last man's low. It's going to be Trials. Attempts to push in, but you cannot beat Hadje. A heroic play comes out from him.
Huge round there from Eccles. The 3K, though, not quite enough to solidify that one. I believe that's 9 now for EnVyUs. Yep. 9 rounds for them. The dream nearly happening there. 9-1 down on your CT side. They're going for another eco, so double digits already after round 11, Jack.
Yeah.
For the Team EnVyUs side. No AWP on Lambert just yet. Could be the 5 AKs. Then again, don't really need the AWP versus these pistols and Kevlar. MCK once again on the Deagle. The problem is, you buy that $700 Deagle, Desert Eagle. You're not finding really any frags, any success with it. I mean, why not just buy the P250, right? Have yourself an extra smoke, an extra flashbang. You could really be more impactful into the buy rounds. Such a slim chance you win these ecos.
It really is an awkward situation to be in. Obviously going to go for their fairly standard hold as well towards mid. Try and go for the sneaky play. They go for the pre-fire, and it doesn't really work out in their favor, but Eccles had the drop on him. Nice nade rolls in from Red Snake as well, so they did find a couple of frags, but it's still not that fantastic. Petty Scale left on 44 HP as they attempt to make their approach towards the A bomb site. The last two remaining CTs are there, but they're getting picked off fairly quickly. Red Snake hits the deck. Unfortunately, it falls on towards Mick. He has the Deagle in hand, but they seem aware of his position. He needs to really bring that raw aim potential to play. Has to try and do some damage here. Goes for the pot shots, but he can't quite connect him. Nice tag goes out. Actually, 2 tags, but no frag just yet. Still, just trying to play with time. He's tagging everyone. He's landing these shots. It just depends if he can actually still try and keep this going. The aggression is there. The headshot comes out as he's trying to do the damage, but it is not meant to be. Mick, such an awkward situation to be in.
So close there. I mean, if you found that headshot onto that player on A side, player towards Wood was only, what, 20, 15 HP, so 1 body shot from the Deagle. That could have been a miraculous round there.
Yeah.
For Infused. So, 10-1, 9 rounds in the lead now for Team EnVyUs Academy. Let's take a look. Eccles leading the charge there, 10-8, and apart from that, I mean, Red Snake, Aaron on 4 kills. I mean, this isn't what you want to be seeing if you are the EnVyUs fan. Typically, we see Aaron, MCK dropping 30 bombs, 25 kills, really carrying this Team Infused side. But right now, when the team needs them, going quiet. No AWP on the T side, though. Once again, the 5 AK setup. No one going towards A long as well. It's only 2 players here. Aaron and Red Snake to hold off this B side attack.
Will the positional play help the CTs? The hatching somehow through the slip as well. He's blind, fights with the blindness, takes down Red Snake. That's ridiculous. This man's absolutely ludicrous.
Already the 2-man advantage right now for Team EnVyUs. Bomb will be planted. I mean, you can't even go for this. 11-1, they're forced to save. How many rounds have they lost in a row? Is it 2, 3 now? It must be close to that. So they're only going to get what? Yeah, so look. They've lost 4 in a row now, which means they will have 3,400. You can drop over 3 guns, so they will be able to buy up into the next one. 11-1. They can try playing for that 11-4 scoreline, but that would mean winning 3 on the trot And to be honest with you, Jack, considering how they've been playing so far, I don't even know if we're going to be seeing a second round for them.
But the thing is, even when they have these rifles in their arsenal, Hadji's just walking into the sites and headbutting people, knocking them over, and then just stepping on them. He doesn't give a damn.
Outrageous scenes here.
Just go straight for the shins. It's not fair.
Exactly that. Where's your shin guard, Eccles?
He needs to get him on. You need to defend against Hadji.
So, well, give me up to buy up into this one for the Infused side, but what can you really do against that? I mean, Hadji there, half blind, jumping, 360 headshots that player towards platform. Anyway, enough of that. Aaron, going to be on the SMG for the CT side. Red Snake on the FAMAS. 3 M4s. No AWP. The AWP didn't really have much of an impact anyway. And again, for the Team EnVyUs side, they don't even need to bring out the AWP. They're sticking to the 5AK setup. Easy enough for them.
Once again, it's going to be the man himself. Heroic Hadji trying to make some big plays. They push their way through. Aaron in a nice position. Going to play anti-flash, and this time he has to drop on him. We'll find one kill, but of course, it's him once again. Hadji just going huge as he tears his way through the bomb site. He does not give a damn what setups you have. He will take you down with absolute ease. Eccles coming up the rear, though, hoping to at least do some damage as he just fires off these pot shots, but Lambert has him blocked off, and the smokes go down and zone him out.
Once again, it's down to Eccles to really be the playmaker here. Trials as well, not enough towards drop. Force retreat through the smoke. Eccles finds one. Trying to see if he can get the second though, but Jax gets the fast refrag there.
Just left on Trials. A man with a lot to do, but not much time to do it. And unfortunately, he's not got a head either, so it's going to make the task a lot harder.
Will indeed. So another buy around going in favor of EnVyUs. I mean, it's gone to the point now where I'm trying to say Infused, but I'm saying EnVyUs anyway because that's what that's really been coming up to show.
Oh yeah, this is the Hadji show.
Oh, exactly that. I mean, you mentioned it there, right? What setups they had, right? What setups do they have? How are they able to find multiple frags, non-traded, of course? They get one kill, or sorry, Aaron get one frag, he'll be traded out, but Red Snake isn't in a position to try and find the kill that Aaron should maybe be getting. What is this? Trials just flashing out towards long and gives away his frag already.
Oh.
This is so desperate now already from the side of Infused. They're 12-1 down. Try my best not to harp on them, but you can see the desperation plays coming out from the CT side as they are 12-1 down, but EnVyUs, they're playing that slow style. They want you to peek them.
You can see they're playing into their hands now. They've always been playing that slow style of CS. Infused are aware of that, but it seems like now the anger's starting to shine through, get a bit frustrated. They're going for those more aggro plays that they know shouldn't really work, but they're still running the risk anyway, and that's their downfall into this one. Red Snake is in the rear, might be able to pull something a little bit. Red Snake, more like Dead Snake, because somehow Jax just flicks round, 360, brushes it off like nothing.
Oh, look at... Oh, Neil.
I mean, that's ridiculous. That just kind of sums up the entire game in one round.
And this is on LAN as well, this isn't online. God, I mean, Neil's face really does paint the picture of the CT side here from Infused.
That was filthy.
It was disgusting, wasn't it, Jack?
I think we need some help on stage after that one, because that's just absolutely vile that he's been able to get away with that frag.
Clean up.
Look at this. There was like hardly any audio cues as well. He's just gone to clear behind, instant flick, headshot, takes Red Snake down.
There we go, the AWP finally coming into play. Obviously, Lambert saying, you know what, lads, we've had enough. Let's just keep this one nice and simple. Gonna be going for that B rush already. Gonna be going for the broken wall pick, see if he can find a frag, but it's gonna be MCK there towards Plat, shoots towards the smoke, doesn't quite connect anything just yet. So, 5 UMPs, I mean, this would have been a good buy, what, 2 months ago before the nerf came in?
Yeah.
It's now 8 bullets to kill someone at mid-range. You're seeing a lot of 70 and 6s, 80 and 5s with the UMP now. This buy just isn't up to par versus the utility, the firepower on this this terrorist side. It's just a one-sided affair, isn't it? That's
it's so unfortunate as well, because Cobblestone, all the stars are aligned. It looks good. Eccles performing very well.
It's Infused pick as well.
Yeah, that's what worries you when you get into this sort of scenario. Eccles, no, the man we harped on.
If they've picked this map and they're this unprepared, and this uncohesive, I mean, what's going to happen onto the next one?
Inferno, of course, going to be that second pick. I think it's Inferno.
No, I don't think it is Inferno.
We'll find out.
We'll find out very, very shortly. Very, very shortly, it does seem that way anyway. So, 13-1 already. Let's see if they can make it 14-1 and try to close this one out nice and fast, trying to keep us on schedule.
Of course, trying to claw it back. Eccles can do a little bit of damage though as he does shuts down Jax as he had Jay. Of course, goes to the edge with this time around. Red Snake rises up for the UK scene, shuts him down, but VKL will respond very quickly. Eliminates Mick. Everyone starts to fall. It's Aaron and Trials doing the good work. Eccles actually comes in for the final frag, and they get another round on the board.
Finally, that second round. What, 4-1? to 13-1.
Yeah.
So 13-2. Eccles there, not looking too happy after his recent performance. To be fair though, he has been playing his heart out.
Yeah, he's been
First time on stage, first time with this team, showing himself, trying to prove himself, right? And playing with confidence. Let's just say he's definitely the reason that they are struggling right now.
I think in general, it just sort of, it's the structure. There's just nothing working for them. It's not even necessarily bad teamwork. You can just see the entries that are getting pulled out by EnVyUs are outrageous.
Do you know what? I think EnVyUs Academy is probably the worst team that Infused could play on this first week.
Yeah.
Right? Their play style just exposes all the nooks and crannies and the weaknesses that is in the defense of Infused. The fact that they are the new lineup, right? They are coming into this unprepared.
The stark contrast, as you're saying, between both of these teams in differences is just ridiculous.
It is.
It's a lot more structured versus a lot more versatile, and yeah.
I mean, if we take another European lineup that's here for the Elite Series, Prophecy, right? They play more of that puggy, loose style.
Oh, yeah.
We should have been, you know, Infused versus Prophecy, that could be a European matchup where potentially Infused could make the upset there, but versus such a structured team, there's just not a chance here for them.
It's just so hard right now for them to really be able to do anything.
I mean, what positives can you draw from Infused right now, right? Eccles, 13-10, at least he's positive right now for the old HOTV rating, so. But yeah, Hadji, 20-7, 20 frags on that first half. If this was a closer matchup, you know, you're lining yourself up for that 40 bomb potentially if it goes to 30 rounds, but I don't even know if it's going to reach 18.
Yeah, he is unreal right now. So crisp in some of the frags he's been able to pick up. Absolutely ridiculous. And especially on the CT side where they're pushing into him, I'm scared for Infused.
Ludicrous scenes. Good read here from EnVyUs side. They spot no one towards mid though. This might cause a rotation from their CT side, but hopefully not. Hopefully they sit nice and tight. So, going to be 3 players waiting outside A long. The old VP strat. You'd wait for someone to push A long, and then from there you try and shoot them in the side of the head, but EnVyUs, they don't overextend. They're playing this one nice and slow once again, but look, Lambert running, going to be walking to the crosshair of 3.
He walks out, but he gets the opening headshot and gets away. There's no trade. Even if they react fast enough as they are trying to sprint behind, he's able to get back into a very effective position. If they peek into him, he has the advantage now. Falls all the way back towards site, and they've already lost a member. Losing Mick that early on as well, someone that can be absolutely insane with the pistols, that's not a good start.
Petisco leaving drop as well. Should be exposed. I mean, Eccles and Red Snake, they're not budging from drop. CTs have seen bomb. They know exactly what's going on. They knew they wanted to go for that fast A play. As soon as they got spotted, there's no reply or no shift or movement from the rest of the players across the map. Instead, they stay still. I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, as soon as that happened, you saw the drop player left instantly. Reforming, though, towards drop. Smoke off towards window. They're going to be going towards electric. They're trying to burst towards B. I like this play.
Petisco, though, he's in position. The flashbang does blind him, stuns him long enough. They can actually attempt to overwhelm him, and they do it. A lot of frags go in the way of Infused, but all of a sudden it starts to come back in EnVyUs' favor as Lambert goes massive with that double kill. A hat-trick across the board as they're attempting to retake this site. They have a good advantage.
They do indeed. Key onto Jax as well. Red Snake has no armor into this afterplant. Trials now darting around Statue, trying to see if he can find that frag and make it to the 2 versus 2.
Very awkward round to attempt to hold back, but Red Snake pops the head. Trials goes big as well. It's all left on Hadji, the one-man army of Team EnVyUs. Is he going to be able to pull it out all on his lonesome as he's just roaming around the site, hoping they're going to peek into him, but they're playing it smart. No reason to overface and get picked off by this absolute madman. He's trying to force them to peek into his crosshairs. He gets to the backline, but Red Snake will snap his neck clean off.
Can hear Neil in there, rallying the troops, trying to get them fired up and pumped, saying we can still do this, right? You've won the pistol round. Don't lose versus the force by the eco. Try and make it 5-13. At that point, try and win that first bar and try and break the economy just as they did to you. And that way, try and claw back. I mean, wow, actually. 3-13, coming back into the live action. It really does hit you how far behind Infused really are.
Yeah. Very far behind. There is always the potential, but the thing is, this fast play, aggressive stuff towards the A-bomb site, I don't know if this is going to be a little bit awkward. These CZs in close range are going to be deadly. Petisco actually goes for old Big Pucker Pop as well.
5 players blind now towards mid. It's going to be MCK and Co towards this middle vicinity, trying to take control of the ace up, but they can't even jump over mid. Jax finds the frag on towards Eccles, and Mick falls as well.
These pistols proving too strong in these positions, just dug in, holding their angles. Everyone in the Infused is getting absolutely obliterated. They can't trade efficiently. Nothing's going right. The Deagle just reigns supreme for Lambert. And Infused lose another round. EnVyUs just lock it down. It just looked messy.
What on earth was that? What you're supposed to do there, take control of mid.
Yeah.
Smoke connector, molly off towards mini, flash over and go as a unit. You do your nades first and then you push. Instead, all of the players just staying together. They weren't really going over that mid wall. If they're trying to do it, they couldn't even make the jump. So all it took was that one flashbang towards mid. And as soon as chaos happened, Infused looked lost. And like vultures, they picked them off one by one.
They got spread thin. They couldn't work with their teammates. It was just awkward. It seemed really messy. Not really what you need in that environment.
I mean, I've made the same mistake as well. I mean, I remember playing at Copenhagen Games, and we did the exact same there. I had Max by my side saying, we need to use the nades, and then you push up. You can't do both simultaneously. It gets too messy. Some players have nades out, while other players are pushing. And at that point, there's no trades, and that's exactly what happened.
You just can't effectively trade in that scenario when everyone's caught their pants down. And it wasn't good. It was a very awkward situation to be in. This time around, Infused going to go for a bit more of a contact-style play, burst through the smoke, use the utility they have, and try and overwhelm the CTs. But EnVyUs, with players like Jax in positions like these, with these UMPs, it's going to be a very awkward round, to say the least.
Will indeed, but flash comes in. Jax now trying to see if he can find a fight, but it's going to be Trials instead.
Trials kicks it off, but it is all going to the boys in blue at this point, as Petyscale, Hadji, Petyscale again, and Lambert come into effect, just ripping their way through everyone. It is Aaron as the last man standing, but he is now laying down in the dirt nap.
Already 18 rounds in, match point for EnVyUs. First map of this best of 2. And this is Infused pick as well.
Yeah.
I mean, what can you really do right now if you're Infused? You have to be thinking about the next map. I mean, you can use this time to try and prep yourselves for the next map, thinking, okay, lads, it's fine. We're just trying to get our feet wet into this, trying to get some experience, trying to get the land jitters out of the way. I mean, that's what Excel said after the match, right? I remember speaking to Jacob, he said, first game, land jitters. Next game, we played like we do online.
And that's the thing, there's always that potential. Infused, they seem fairly happy with the way the veto went, so you would have thinked that they're going to look good as the things get into the later stages. They are going to go for their fast, aggressive play, though. Eccles with the Tech 9, this could be a really good power play if they do actually get the range onto VKL, though, but they need to catch him off.
They do indeed. Take control of A long. They're going to leave Eccles there alone. Has 2 flashbangs, so if they do go back towards mid, he can flash mid for them, and then once they're up mid, he can flash onto site, so he can do the double whammy of utility, but interested to see if that does come into fruition. Nade comes in. Execute does happen.
Pushing their way through. Let's see if it's going to be as messy and confused as last time as they push their way out. They actually play it a lot better. The trades are there, and it's looking absolutely fantastic for Team Infused right now. They rip their way through. They ascend themselves to the bomb site. Petyscale comes into effect, but luckily enough, they are able to dig him down, and it falls on Jax. He's in a prime time position. He is finding headshots. They're peeking into him. They just need to stay alive in this scenario. They've got the bomb down. Aaron's on 6 HP. They can't afford to go for these 1v1 faces, but Aaron peeks up. There's a little bit of damage, and Aaron does one better as well as he peeks up and bites him down.
MCK there, potentially facing for no reason, right? He made it winnable there. Yeah. As soon as he dialed onto site, Aaron on 6 HP, if he landed that headshot there, that 1v1 versus Trials, he knew exactly where he was, right? Stuck on site, but anyway, still match point for EnVyUs as we do go into the 20th round. Still, they win the round, but as I mentioned before, players dying unnecessarily means that they only have 2 UMPs, 3 AKs. Strong utility, though. And on the side of Team EnVyUs, once again, it's down to the pistols. We've already seen a very weak anti-eco coming out from Team Infused. EnVyUs, though, stacking more heavily towards that B bomb site, leaving Lambert alone towards A.
Things as well, obviously, EnVyUs at this point. Only Deagles to play with, so Infused do have the favour. But even if they win this round, they're going to need 11 more to get into OT. Mick will find the opening frag, though. Lambert pushes in, but unfortunately couldn't do anything off the back of the contact Deagle. Mick will overpower him, and now they just flood their way on towards the site, trying to find that welcome mat to rub their dirty feet all over.
Red Snake finding that kill towards mid. 5 versus 3. Not really too much to read into this one. Eccles from behind should be able to stack up some cash here. That's 600, that's 1.2k, and potentially 1,800. No. Unfortunately for him, Jax will take him down.
It's just Jax left, though. 21 HP on the man. Even if they don't lose another weapon, and they just get through this with this to play with, they're going to be pretty happy. I mean, a nice swift round, get the confidence going, because it doesn't matter how bad these rounds go. Because even if they lose one, it's over.
Thing is, right now for Infused, yes, the chance of you winning this is probably what? 5 out of 95, 5% chance, but
yeah,
the fact that they're playing rounds on stage is important for confidence leading into the next map.
You need to get as much confidence and get as much out of this matchup as you physically can. Work on individual strengths, get yourselves riled up again, get that energy flowing. If you come out of this with a better scoreline than you were going to have, everyone's going to be a little bit happier in terms of morale. Yeah,
it does help, especially with players like Trials and Eccles who haven't played on stage before, and there he is, Adam Eccles in red, representing the Infused colours. So, 15-6 is, I believe, now. Lambert there in the middle there, calling, probably saying some riveting stuff.
absolutely exhilarating things occurring.
They bought 2 shotguns. They bought into this one, of course. What's he trying to call here? Going to be leaving Lambert alone with a shotgun towards A. But go towards A long. We saw what happened. Infused went for that A long take. Unluckily for Lambert, shotgun might not even come into play as we see all of the Infused side heading towards the speed bomb site.
Thing is, these weapons in close angles, if they're playing anti-flash and Infused don't clear them, this could be so deadly as they are very effective up close and personal. Hatchy as well. You give him an inch and he'll take a mile as the man goes huge. That's a 4K. Hungry for the ace. And of course, Ajay will find it. Heroic play to lock it down. Single-handedly, he tears it up.